Greetings, greetings, greetings. Let me make sure I have some audio and video on Facebook, all right? Before we get into this build. Give me 1 second, please. Okay, where do we have that? All right, cool. All right, so we have audio on Facebook, we have video. And let me just say, first off, grand rising to each and every one of you. I know this is my first video, live video for the so-called new year. All right, we know that, you know, um, December 31st to January 1st, we know that's not the new year, but that's how they celebrate it. I don't celebrate that, but we know 2024 will come eventually, right? So with that being said, this is my so-called first video for the new year. Um, I definitely want to continue, building and sharing information and uplifting. That's my purpose in life, all right? To elevate and to bring knowledge. So with that being said, at first I want to thank my righteous ancestors, for always guiding me and protecting me and just leading me to deeper information, deeper knowledge that comes from within, pulling the truth out of me so I'm able to teach that to you. So why go on? All right. So let's get into this, man. Let's get into this. All right. By all means, share the link. Um, if you're seeing the live, make sure you participate. Make sure you just get on Facebook, YouTube, whatever the case is. If you're going to see the recording, still share the information. All right. Now, what I'm going to share with you today is much gratitude to each and every one of you for joining the live. But I'm going to share some information with you today. And I'm going to ask you once again, please get your emotions out of it. Take your emotions out of everything because the truth can be biased and the truth is biased, right? But at the same time, the truth can be hurtful and the truth is hurtful, especially when people are indoctrinated. I'm here to bring you nothing but the truth. Now, you may ask yourself, well, Chief, how do you know what you're bringing is the truth? Why are you going to tell me what you bring is the truth and what somebody else bring is a lie or misconception or misinformation? My answer to that is the truth will resonate within you. It doesn't matter from what source, okay, you go look for the truth. When you hear it, when you hear the truth, it will resonate. And what I'm about to share with you today, it doesn't matter what school of thought that you go look into or you go dive into, you'll realize it all comes down to this. I don't care what religion you go look into. I don't care what book you go look into. I don't care what scripture you go look into, whether it's the Quran, whether it's the Bible, whether it's the Ethiopian Bible, whether it's the East Indian Bibles, the Asian Bibles, I don't care. The bottom line is it's going to come back to this. That's how you know what I'm teaching you is the truth. And I promise you once again, nobody, you will not find anybody bringing it to you the way I am bringing it to you. Not to give myself a pat on the shoulder, but I'm just saying here, I'm here to bring you the truth and nothing but the truth and no illusions. Okay? All right, cool. So let's get into this. All right, so here we go. We're going to talk about today's video and today's lesson. And of course, may I reiterate, like I do in every video, all my videos and lessons are strictly for knowledge purposes. Okay, knowledge purposes. All right. Bouillon Smith. Wow, go on. So check this out. We're going to talk about the highest authority on any land. We're not talking about just in the Americas. We're not talking about Africa. We're not talking about Asia. We're not talking about Europe. We're talking about any land, period. Okay, the highest authority on any land, period. Now, if anybody knows this, do me a favor, post it in the chat real quick. What is or who is the highest authority on any land? That's question number one. I'm certainly sure I may have a few more, but that's the question that I'm going to ask you. What is the highest authority on any land? Can anybody post it in the chat for me, please? Whether you are on Facebook or whether you are on YouTube, post it for me, please. What is the highest authority on any land? I'm not talking about particularly the Americas or Africa, whatever. But if you want to specify and you want to do it, geographically, that's fine. So can anybody tell me what is the highest authority on the African continent, on the Asian continent, on the European continent, and on the American continent. Can anybody tell me what is the highest or who is the highest authority on any of those lands? Anybody, because it's only one answer. Okay. Greetings, Chieftainess Tia. Greetings. Welcome to the build. Welcome to the build. My brother Jason Chambers, why go on? I'm waiting for you guys to answer this question. All right. Trend Zone says jurisprudence. All right, jurisprudence. Yaboy said the Aboriginals. OG says the king. Okay. All right. Keep going. We're gonna keep going. Keep going. Let's see if we get a few more. I'm not gonna say if anybody's right or wrong right now, but keep going. Keep going. So far, we got some good ones. Jurisprudence. We have Aboriginals. We have the king. OG says the chief. Keep going. Keep going. I'm just gonna get a few more, just a few more, and then we'll get into this. All right, the chosen one. Okay. All right, Bullion Smith. I hear that. Can we get a couple more? Just a little more feedback. Just a little more. The women are the highest authority on the land. That's a good one, Chieftainess Tia. That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay. All right. So I think, we got some good, participation. All right. Bullion Smith said the people. Okay. We getting there. We getting there. We getting there. All right. Perfect. I really appreciate the feedback because this is really interactive. Okay. We're going to get into a build that's so powerful. I promise you, man, this is going to change your life. Okay. Now check this out. As you can see up here, right? OG says self. All right. We getting warm. We getting warm. Okay. As we could see, now nobody's wrong or right. This is not what this is about. But I'm really going to break it down and show you and prove to you who or what is the highest authority on any land. So as you could see, right, we have on top, we have American Indian or just Indian. All right. Now, I'm not saying those are the highest authority. I'm just pointing out different titles and labels that are given. Okay. So we have American Indian or just Indian. We have Moors, we have white, we have black, we have colored, we have Negro, African American, Israelite. We have and when we're talking about continents, we're talking about Africa, Asia, Europe, not European, but Europe. Pardon me, give me 1 second. We have Europe and America. So we are talking about here African or Asia, all right? So we're talking about continents, Wagwan Zazi, right? So all these right here, all of these, okay, are titles, and they are not the highest authority on any land. All of these were created by religion and political systems. Okay? All of these were created by religion and political system. So therefore, an American Indian or just Indian is not the highest authority on any land, not even in America. I'm going to break that down. Moors are not the highest authority on any land, not even in Africa or Asia, because once again, Moors are not the original people of the Americas. So we're going to stop playing this game. All right? White and black are not the highest authority on any land. Colored, Negro, African American, neither are the highest authority on any land. Israelite, no. In Africa, Asia, Europe, America, I don't care what title that they come up with, unless it's one title, they are all created by religion and political systems. And once we deal through those titles, through religion and political system or religious systems, then you are being governed. Okay? You're being governed. Now, there's nothing wrong in being governed. The question is, when you are being governed, do you get rights versus privileges? All right? Versus privileges. And that's where the rubber literally meets the road. You see what I'm saying? That determines literally your status. whether you have rights or you have privileges. It doesn't matter what you call yourself. The question is, do you have rights or do you have privileges? Because they are all created by religious and political institutions. So none of these are the highest authority in any land. So let us get into that real quick. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm going to get right into it. Okay, so we're going to erase all these things. All right? Erase all of that, because that's not the answer. All right? I'm going to show you something that was not created by religion or any government system or any political system. Guess who has the highest authority on any land? Now, the closest person, the first person who said it was Chieftainess Tia. She said the woman, but I'm not going to assume what she meant. But I'm assuming, well, I am going to assume. If I'm wrong, Chieftainess, correct me, please. I'm assuming she means woman as in herself or a female. Okay? Or somebody with the feminine attributes. I'm certainly sure, I'm assuming that's what she meant when she said woman. So she said woman, all right, is the highest authority on the land. Now, if my assumption is correct, and she's talking about the feminine aspect, like of who she is and other women that look like her, then she's not correct. She's not correct. However, she's correct by saying the woman, because why? Every man came from the womb. Okay? Every man came from the womb. So in that context, she is correct. But it's not in the context as the female womb man. So you have two types of men that came from the womb. You have the male man, and all that's broken down in my book. It's in the description below. Jim insists to reevaluation. So you have the male man, and you have the female man. Okay? You have the female man. The female man, as to whom chieftainess was referring to, is not the highest authority on the land. The highest authority on the land is just man. Okay? And in man, you have female man and you have male man. Well, Chief, how can you prove that? Go to any religious text. Okay, any. It is not just the Bible. So you can't just say, oh, well, Chief, this is the Bible. No, it's literally any religious text. And of course, we could see it right in front of us. It's in nature. In nature, there is a male man and a female man. I am a male man. What we call woman is actually a female man. But together, we are woman. I'm a woman because I came from the womb of a man. We all came from the womb of man. That's why in the text it says, God created man, okay, not woman. You see, that's where the trickery is coming in. And the misconception and the miseducation is coming in. It says God created man, not woman. Okay, not male man, not female man. God created man. However, in man, God said, I'm going to make them male and female. In other words, a male man and a female man in one body. So that one body was androgynous. Okay? Hope I spelled that right, correctly. So that one body in Genesis chapter 1 was androgynous. That was man. And that was when man procreated through what we call parthenogenesis. It wasn't the female man that created through parthenogenesis, like how you have some of your scholars thinking that's what it was. No, it was an androgynous being. In other words, there were no female or male organs that was on the outside. Okay? It didn't exist. Everyone was created through what's called an immaculate conception without any type of physical, what we call physical sexual intercourse. It wasn't until Genesis chapter 2 when the separation of the sexes, meaning that male man and female man was separated. Okay, that's when they started having the genitals. Okay, so when we look at Adam, Adam didn't represent a man as in what they call me. Adam represented Adam represented this man that God created. And in that man was male and female. However, in that man, the God went and took out the male and the female. Hence, Eve came. You see what I'm saying? Well, Chief, what does it have to do with the highest authority on any land? Everything. Because the highest authority on any land is man. You see, a man can be a Moor. A man can be an Israelite. A man can be a Hebrew. A man can be an American. But an American cannot be a man because God did not create Americans. God did not create Africans. God created man in his or her likeness and image. Now, a lot of you, like I said, get your emotions out of this. I'm going to teach you truth. And only the truth can set us free. Nothing else but the truth is going to set us free. Okay? So man is the highest authority on any land. But yet still we are all womb man because we came from the womb of man. You see, man is not masculine, man is not feminine. Man is masculine and feminine. However, because we had to go through a process of degeneration, okay, then you'll realize in me, the masculine aspect of this man is more prevalent, is more dominant. And in the female man, the feminine aspect or the energy is more prevalent. However, I still have that in me. It's just that the male is more dominant because why it had to happen that way? Because we went through a process of devolution or degeneration. We were not able to reprocreate through our words. In the very beginning, we procreated through words. Let there be, and there was. And then we started to go into a process of degeneration. And then came the androgynous being, reprocreating through a process of what we call parthenogenesis. And then we had to go into another process of degeneration. That's when the physical male and female genitals came in. And that's when you had physical sexual intercourse. You see what I'm saying? So that had to happen because why? We were devolving, degenerating. Okay? We are going to go back into a time where we could have and reprocreate without having physical intercourse. Because so as it was in the beginning, so shall it be in the end. So now the process or the cycle of degeneration has already been completed. So now we are on the reverse arc where we are stepping back into that original man. You see what I'm saying? But because governments and religion, they know this truth, they are confusing the people. That's why you see a lot of men wanting to be women and a lot of women wanting to be men. That is the unnatural process of going through what we call regeneration. That is the unnatural process. It has to happen naturally. And it's going to happen naturally where we are able, again, to speak, all right, things into existence. So all what we are seeing with man wanting to be woman and going through all these different changes, it is unnatural. It is artificial. It is not of the order of man. Okay, so man is the highest order on any land, period. Okay, man. However, we are all woman because we came from the womb of man. Okay, now check this out. Pete Lloyd, Wagwan. Let's get into a couple of things real quick. I'm going to show you here. We have man. We have man. And that is in Hebrew. We have G-E. You know, you have G. The E is like above the, you know, right above the top of the G or right on the top of the G, right? And we have Gibar. All right, we have Gibar, and that's strong H1399. And then we have man as in Adama. Adama, man. Okay, the Strong's is 1H120. And then we have, no, we have man as in Adam, pardon me, Adam first. And then we have Adama, which is H127. Now, let me break some things down to y'all. Let us go into the Hebrew Strong's Concordance. Okay? Check this out. I'm giving you information. You want to be free? Okay, you want to get back your status and be respected. Okay? There's only one way to do it. Only one way to do it. And all that is going to come into 360. All of it is going to come into fruition. I'm going to bring it right back into a 360. Let's go into the Strong's Concordance Bible, Hebrew Strong's. Okay? Let us do this. Here we are. So for those of you who say, well, Chief, the Bible doesn't say this, I'm going to use the Hebrew Strong Concordance and show you the different variations or the different classes of man. Okay, even in the Bible, there was classism. Even in the Bible, there was a caste system. And we're going to get into caste systems in a second. All right? So check it out. Strong's. We're looking at man. So what are we going to do here? We're going to go to the first one where we see man as in Adam. Okay, as in Adam. So you see it says man, Adam. But let's click on that. Strong's 120. What does it say? The pronunciation is Adam. 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 A-U-D-A-M. Adam. Not Adam, but Adam. Okay? What does it say? It says man, human being. Man, human being. It also says man, mankind, much more frequently intended. Old Testament, Adam, first man, city in Jordan. All right? But when we go back here for a second, let's go back here and see what it says. What this Adam is. What does it say on top here? It says, Adam, persons, common sort, a hypocrite. Adam is a hypocrite. Now, this is in your Bible, Hebrew, Strong Concordance. This Adam is a hypocrite. Okay? That's that Adam. Hypocrite. All right? So the Adam that was created in Genesis chapter 2 is a hypocrite. Well, you may ask yourself, well, Chief, what you mean hypocrite? What does it mean? Let's look at the etymology. Where's my other phone here? Because I don't want to get off the screen. So we're going to look at the etymology of hypocrite real quick. All right, see what it means. Etymology of hypocrite. All right, hypocrite. Etymology of hypocrite. Where we at? Give me 1 second. Etymology of hypocrite. Etymology. Here we are. Etymology of hypocrite. And I'm just going to read it out to you. What does it say? Hypocrite. Okay? False, a pretender, virtue. Literally false. You see what it says here? Etymology of hypocrite. Right here. I don't know if you could see this, but look it up yourself. It's false. Someone who's a hypocrite is false, a pretender. So that was not the original man. Like I said, I'm going to put y'all into game. The next one we have is Adama. Adama. What does Adama say? Adama said, land, earth, ground, husband, man. So therefore, the other Adam become a husband man. That's another Adam, husbandry, the head of the household. But let's go further and look at Gebar. Let us go ahead and look at that, where it's only man. Let me show you. Go down. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Man. You see where it says man by itself? Man by itself. all right, which is Gibar. Let us go ahead and click on the Strongs, H1399, and it's pronounced Gibar. And what does it mean? It says what? You see what it says? Man, man, of righteousness. It doesn't say man, mankind. It says man, man, righteousness. So when I tell you I'm not an Adamite, I am pre-Adamite, what I'm telling you is I am Gebar, man, man of righteousness. I came from the righteous bloodline. You feel me? When you know, you know. You see, it doesn't. Go look at the rest. Don't believe anything I say. Because if I ask you to believe me, I'm lying to you, because in the word believe is the word lie. I am giving you truth and knowledge. I'm giving you facts. And I dare anybody to challenge me on this and win that challenge. Anybody. Okay? Man. It doesn't say man, mankind. In both of them, in Adam and Adama, it says man, mankind. Now, anybody could be mankind. Okay? Because when you are a man, you stand in uprightness and you are righteous. Anytime you are unrighteous, you are Adam or Adama. That's the bloodline that you came from. Okay? Or those are the characteristics of those that came from that bloodline that you are participating in. I stand on righteousness, upright, uprightness, righteous. You feel me? It says man, man. They gave it to you twice. You know, it was so nice. We got to do it again. Okay? So that is the highest authority on land. Not just any man. Not Adam, not Adama, but Gebar. A righteous, upright man. That is the highest authority on any land. Period. Okay? Let us proceed. Let me stop sharing here. Go look it up yourself. Don't believe anything that I tell you, but go look it up yourself. Okay? So, with that being said, Gebar or Gibar, whichever way you want to pronounce it, which is man, and not just man, but righteous man. Righteous. Upright. Uprightness. All right? Uprightness. That is the highest authority on any land. Man. Because you know what? Man created religions. Man created political systems. Whether you call yourself a Moor, whether you call yourself an Israelite, whether you call yourself an American Indian, whether you call yourself black, it doesn't matter, because guess what? All that was created, they are creations of man. They are creations of man. And therefore, if they are creations of man, how can the creation control the creator, which is man? How is that possible? You see, people don't get these things. The highest authority on any land is man. Period. Point blank. That cannot change. It will never change. It has always been that way, and it will always be that way. Okay? Now, let us kind of like bring it home. And when I say home, we're talking about the American continent. Okay? So caste systems were created. Okay? Caste systems were created. So let us talk about the American continent. Because I know a lot of people are going to say, well, Chief, I thought you said we should never give up American Indian. No, we should not. We should not. And I'll tell you why. You see, American Indian, okay? American Indian, what is American Indian? Or what does it fall under? American Indian is a religious and a political term, just like Moor or Moorish, okay? It doesn't make a difference. Israelite, okay? It doesn't make a difference. They are all religious and political terms. Now, let me ask you a question. Can anybody tell me in the chat who created governments? I just said it earlier, but I want to make sure y'all with me. Who created governments? Can anybody tell me? Post it in the chat real quick. Can anybody tell me who created governments? I'm waiting. Man. Thank you, Chieftainess Tia. Man. I'm going to ask you another question. Who created religion? Who created religion? Whether you say man, the people is the same thing, because the people is just literally man coming together and consider the people. Okay? So now, once again, so therefore, man created religion and man created political systems and governmental systems. So let me ask you another question. Who is the creator and what is the creation? You see, there's a difference in who is the creator and what is the creation. So I'm going to ask you one question. What is the creation? Is it man or is it religion? Or is it man and politics? I'm going to answer that for you because it's a rhetorical question. The creation is religion and politics. So let me ask you another question. How is that the government is controlling its creator, which is man? And I'll tell you exactly why they're able to do that. Because you see, what happened was man allowed religion and political systems to give them these names, such as American Indian, Moors, Israelites. And whenever you fall under any of those banners, they come with certain rights and privileges that can be taken away because you are no longer a man. So, Chief, what do you say? We should not be American Indians. No, I'm not saying that. You see, American Indian is our religious and political status. You feel me? That's our religious and political status. But guess what comes above American Indian? Man. Man, whether you are a male man or you are a female man. You feel me? And when we speak of the Most High, I could get into that. When we speak of the Most High, you have two Most Highs. You have two of them. You have a righteous Most High and you have an unrighteous Most High. So when we say Most High, we have to be very careful because I've done videos in it and I've broken that down. We have to be specific. We have to say righteous Most High opposed to just Most High. The universe don't know what you mean when you say Most High because we are living in a world that's more susceptible to negativity. Go look all around you. Go look on the news. Then the universe is going to produce what's in the subconscious mind of the people, which is negativity, gossip, and all that. So when you say Most High, be very specific and say the righteous Most High. Like I said, don't believe anything that I tell you because in the word believe is the word lie. I'm giving you facts. Okay, so with that being said, the highest authority on this land in the Americas is not American Indian. No, we have the highest authority through religion and politics. But if the aspect of religion and politics is taken away, then this no longer exists. American Indian don't exist. Well, Chief, what are you talking about? I mean, hold on. What are you talking about? You feel me? When you go into the Constitution, you'll see American Indian. Okay, so politically, American Indian is the highest status on this land. However, what comes above American Indian is what? A man. It is not Moor, it is not Moorish, it's not Israelite, it's none of that. And don't let anybody trick you into calling yourself those things, okay, and separate you from and say, well, hey, you know, that's who you are. No, you are a man, a male man, or a female man or woman as we know it today. Okay? Now, your political status could be American Indian, Moorish. Our political and religious status in the Americas is not Moor, is not Israelite, is not none of these. It is American Indian. That's who we are, politically and religiously. Okay? Well, Chief, what you mean religiously? Well, guess what? Before 1492, we were not Christians. Okay? The Christians came here and said, hey, you know what? They were savages, but, you know, hey, Queen Elizabeth said, you know, we have a little, not Elizabeth, but Isabella said, man, we should not treat these natives that way because they are people of God. So we're going to call them Indians. No, for whatever reason you think we were called Indians, that's irrelevant. I'm talking about it was a religious and political status. We did not call ourselves Indians. Not even Moors called themselves Moors wherever they came from. Not even Israelites called themselves Israelites wherever they came from. They did not call themselves that. Because we could go beyond those times in history where people did not call themselves these things. So how can you say the original man or any man, period, is that? No, it's not. Man is man, nothing else. Point blank. Okay? And anytime you add anything to that man in his true standing, it diminishes the standing of the man. Only man could stand. Only a man could stand. An American Indian could only stand politically and religiously. A Moor could only stand politically and religiously. Okay? But he or she can be defeated out of the religious and political status if he or she is not a man. You see what I'm saying? But what comes above all of that is man. Period. So once again, let's get back to the American Indians. American Indian is our political and religious status. But take away all the creations of man, we are simply man, and in today's definition of what a woman is, woman. Okay? I hope you are with me so far. All right, let's proceed. So what we're going to do here now is this. We're going to look at a couple of things and see how words are very tricky. Now, they told us, and when I say they, the system taught us, and the schools of thought, they taught us that when the Europeans came into the Americas, they plagued the people with plagues and diseases. Well, let's go look at the etymology of the word plague and disease. You see, in the beginning was the word. And if you don't know the word, you're always going to be tricked. Let us get into that. All right, so let us get into what a plague is. Plague. Plague. Here we are. What does it say? Plague, it says it's a noun, an affliction. Now, when you go look at an etymology of a word, they always give you the etymology in literally the first sentence. Okay? 95 or 99% of the times. What does it say a plague is? It says affliction, calamity, evil, scourge, severe trouble or vexation. It never said a plague was anything else. It never said a plague was anything else. All it says is affliction, calamity, evil, scourge, severe trouble or vexation. If you are vexed with me, you are plaguing me. So of course, when they came into the Americas and they started taking over lands, we were vexed. Okay? Whoa, Chief. So what are you trying to tell me, Chief? Okay, our people did not die from vexation. Okay? Our people did not die from affliction. We are still here. We were not extinct. You see, they're tricking you with the words. Oh, well, we plagued them and millions of them died from the plague. How are you going to die from vexation? How are you going to die from affliction? What is the affliction? You see what I'm saying? What is the evil? Now, let's go look at the word disease. Because they said that they gave them diseases and all these different things. Let's go look at the word disease. Okay? It also says malignant disease. Malignant disease. What is the meaning of malignant? Let us go check it out. Let's go check out what malignant means. Malignant, disease. And then we'll go look at disease. What does malignant means? Here we are. Malignant means spiteful, hostile, malevolent, malicious, evil intentioned. That's what malignant means. Hmm. Hmm. So plague is malignant, and malignant is hostile, malicious, evil intentioned. But it says malignant disease. Well, hold up, Chief. What does disease mean, Chief? Let's go look at the etymology of the word disease. Let's dive a little deeper. And let's look at the etymology of the word disease. You see, they're tricking us with the words, and we don't know what these things mean. So when you hear that the plagues, they plagued the Indians, and they brought diseases to the Indians, what are you talking about? What exactly do you mean? In the 13th and the 14th century, what the hell are you talking about? Well, let's look what disease means. Disease means what? A discomfort and inconvenience, a distress and trouble. Yes, they made us distress. Yes, they brought us discomfort. Yes, they brought plagues, ill intentions, because we saw them as brothers because they were people of color. And they plagued us and they diseased us as in trouble and distress. Oh, okay. So all that stuff they were talking about, Chief, you trying to tell me that, well, again, come on. Think about what I'm saying. Words, man. Words have power. What does it say? Lack, want. The lack or want, discomfort, distress, trouble, misfortune. And then later it says what? A sickness or see ease from this without a way. That's all it means. This is without a way. Ease to ease, restricted, pathologically sense of sickness, illness, etc., etc., etc. But we're looking at what it meant in the first sentence of the word. It was discomfort and distress, malignant, evil minded, ill intent. In other words, you came as a brother, and I gave you some land, I gave you some food, and you turned around and started raping my women and children and taking my land. That is a plague and that is a disease. Okay? And what happened next? They had to take away the status of the man and woman they found on that land. Okay? All people didn't run around talking about, oh, I'm the Cherokee, oh, I'm the Blackfoot, oh, I'm the Chickasaw, oh, I'm the Powhatan. No, we didn't do that. Well, Chief, how can you prove it? Well, it's very easy. It's not difficult. I'm going to prove it to you right now. Okay? I'm going to prove it to you right now. Go anywhere in nature, and I want you to go to the ears of a cow and say, hey, Mr. Cow, what do you call yourself? I want you to go anywhere in nature and go in the ears of a lion. Now, mind you now, don't say Chief Kalanago tell me go talk to a lion, and when you get eaten, sue me. I'm not telling you that, okay? So don't go talk to no lion, and I'm just saying, okay? I am not liable for you going to talk to a lion that you never met. But I'm just saying, if you really want to know the truth about lions and you feel that you could do it, go talk to a lion, okay? Go in the jungle, not the domesticated one. Go into the jungle and say, hey, lion, or hey, animal, what do you call yourself? Let us go anywhere in nature and you see a giraffe and you say, hey, Mr. Giraffe, what do you call yourself? They will look at you like you're stupid. You feel me? Because they don't call themselves anything. People in nature just live in nature. They don't call themselves anything. It was only because of encroachment, only because of people coming in with different systems, caste systems, and caste systems, people started giving themselves name to identify and separate themselves, divide and conquer. Okay, so Blackfoot, all that stuff is what? Political and religious statuses. Cherokee, political and religious statuses. Choctaw, it doesn't matter what the hell it is. Political and religious statuses. Now, is it wrong? I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying that. Because the Choctaw or the Cherokee, those are just communities. There's nothing wrong in creating a community. and giving that community an identity. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you think that's what you are, it diminishes your high standing as a man or a woman because that's all you think that you are. Who created Cherokee? Who created Choctaw? Man did. Man. So you see, it doesn't matter how we go back, and I could bring it and flip it in any other way. I'm proving to you that man is the highest authority on this earth. Man. What did it say in Genesis? I think 126 or 127. God created man and gave them what? Dominion. Now, of course, we don't, I could speak allegorically. Okay, if you wanted the real breakdown of all of that, go read the book Genesis to Reevaluation, and the link is in the description. It's in my book. Okay, but the bottom line is it was man that had dominion over everything to live in abundance. You feel me? Everything else can be controlled by political and religion institutions and religious institutions. So it doesn't matter what institution that you claim to be under. Never let them take away your status as being a man. Let it be known and make it very clear that I'm a man or I'm a woman, and this, whether it's Moorish, Israelite, or American Indian, is the creation of man. So therefore, my rights are reserved as a man, not as an American Indian, not as a Moor, not as an Israelite. Because you are diminishing your status as a man that was made in the image and likeness of the Most Highs, as in plural. You dig? Pay attention, my brothers and sisters. Now let's dive in some more. Okay, let's dive in some more. As you can see, I'm erasing everything except Gebar, as in man, and religious and political governed versus rights versus privileges. Okay, let us proceed. Let us proceed. Now we're going to go way left right now. Okay, we're going to go way left. And you may ask yourself, "Whoa, well, Chief, what does it have to do with anything?" Well, let's see. We're going to look at the etymology, not the etymology, but in the Black's Law Dictionary, we're going to look at the meaning of kill. Because a lot of times you hear, well, this police officer shot and killed this black man. Let's go look at what kill really means in the Black's Law Legal Dictionary. All right? Kill. You see, I'm breaking all of this down to y'all because I really want you to learn the truth. And you're not going to go anywhere else and see it like that. I promise you that. So welcome home to the truth. All right? Welcome to the Truth Channel in a whole different way, putting it that way, right? I'm not saying nobody else is speaking the truth. I'm not saying that, but in a whole different way to make sure that you truly get this. All right? From a layman perspective, from a child perspective. I could break this down to a child, and the child would be like, oh, you know what, Chief? It is true. Okay? So let's look at kill. Black's Law Dictionary, 2nd edition. What does it say? Canceling an investment transaction prior to the system receiving its posting. Whoa. What does kill means, Chief? So when a black man was shot and killed by a police officer, what happened? Canceling an investment transaction prior to the system receiving its posting. I could drop the mic. Y'all getting this? Are you getting this? See? God's people perish for the lack of knowledge. Hosea 4:6. You see, too many of you are focusing on the messenger and not the message. Don't focus on me. I'm the messenger. Okay? I'm the messenger. Pay attention. Let's read this again. I didn't say this. This is the dictionaries, law dictionaries they use in courts. Okay, Black's Law Dictionary, kill definition and legal meaning. What does it say? Canceling an investment transaction prior to the system receiving its posting. It never said anything about a man here. It never said anything about a man. All right then. Let's stop here for a second. Y'all think it's a game. So why do you think people could get away when they so-called kill a black man? You see what kill means in the law dictionary? All right then. The next one we're going to go to is murder. Woo, my people perish for the lack of knowledge, man. But don't worry, your brother Chief Kalanaga was sent for that reason. Okay? I was sent for this. You feel me? Okay? But then you have all your so-called scholars. They are misleading our people, whether it's through ignorance or they're doing it intentionally. I don't give a damn. You feel me? The bottom line is it's hurting our people, or it's hurting people in general. It's hurting man, put it that way. Because man has no color. Man has no color. Man is either righteous, as in Gebar, or mankind, as in Adam or Adama. Okay? And anybody could be mankind. If you're not righteous, you are mankind. You are a kind of man. You see, the illusion is the skin. But y'all keep playing the color games. I ain't got time to play that with y'all. Let us go look in the Black's Law Dictionary. Let's look at murder. See, there's a difference between kill and murder. And even with murder, you could get away with murder. I'm going to show it to you. You see, y'all, let me tell y'all something, man. If you don't want the truth, you better get out right now. Let's pay attention. Okay? Murder. And my disclaimer, I'm not here to promote any type of violence or teach you how to get away with murder. No, that's not what I'm here. I'm breaking this down to you. This is only for only for knowledge purposes. Okay? Let us proceed. Murder in the Black's Law Dictionary. What does it say? It says, the crime committed. Now, you have to ask yourself, what is a crime? You see, anything is a crime in this legal system. If you take a red light, that's considered a crime. So it doesn't specify in the first three words. It just says the crime committed where a person of sound mind, in other words, a person that is not deemed crazy, and discretion that is of sufficient age, meaning that you are of a certain age, to form and execute a criminal design and not legally insane. So if you're not legally insane, okay, if you are not considered legally insane, but you are sane and you are of sound age, all right, and kills any human what? It says human creature. It doesn't say a man, a creature. Black people are creatures of the United States. Now, like I said, get your emotions out of all of this. I'm showing you how they're able to get away with murder and kill. Woo! You know what? I'm going to drink me some coconut water right now. And I got some of the jelly in there. I'm going to eat that after. Let me drink a little bit of coconut water. Because I'm not sure if y'all ready for this. If y'all ready for this, do me a favor. Drop some sevens in the chat right now. Let me drink a little bit of coconut water. Peace to the gods. Woo! Drop some sevens in the chat right now, man. Drop some sevens in the chat right now. We are going in. Drop some sevens in the chat right now. Okay? Because y'all have to realize, man, why these things are happening to us. And when I say us, I'm talking about man and woman. Why are these things happening to us? Because we don't get it. Nobody's teaching us these things. And I promise you, you're not going to go anywhere on the internet and see anybody breaking it down like this. Nobody. All right, then. You better stop playing with me. Let us continue. Let us go back to murder. What does it say? We're going to read this again in the Black's Law Dictionary. Okay? It says, the crime committed where a person, not a man, a person of sound mind and discretion, parenthesis, or open brackets, pardon me, that is because they have to let you know exactly what that means, right? What they're talking about when they say a person of sound mind and discretion. So they're letting you know, hey, stop here for a second. We're going to put this in brackets because we want clarification. We don't want anybody assuming what this means. All right. So it says that is of sufficient age. In other words, what that age number is, I don't know. It could be 7, it could be 10, it could be 12. I don't know. It could be 13. Okay. But basically, you have to be of sound mind. All right. A child is not of sound mind. So a child can't get away with murder. Okay. A person who is deemed legally insane cannot be charged for murder because they are not of sound mind. Now, I'm not teaching you that to go around talking about, oh, well, I'm insane. No, please. I'm teaching you. Okay. It says, kills another human creature in being. Now, what it says, here comes the open brackets again, excluding quick but unborn children. So, unborn children are excluded from that. Okay? You can murder unborn children. And in the peace of state or a nation, they're going to include all persons except military. So they're going into different military things. If you're an enemy, then they could do this, they could do that, they could do that. But let's look at it from a so-called black perspective. Okay? It says human creature. Human creature. So, well, Chief, what is a human creature? What is a human? A human is a monster. Let's go in the same Black's Law dictionary. So we see human creature. Okay? Because human creatures can be murdered. All right? Let us go here and we're going to look at human. Let's go back here. And we're going to look at human. No, you will not see human, but you will see monster. Monster. When I've already done this before, but we're going to do it again. Monster. Here we are. What does it say? And we're going to look at this word. Copy that. So it says a human monster. But what is a human? So they will not tell you upright. So you have to know this thing. So it says a monster is a prodigious birth. What does it say? A human birth or offspring not having the shape of mankind. Not having the shape of mankind, which cannot be an heir to any land. Black people cannot own land in a legal system because you are a monster. Okay, albeit through marriage, even if it came through marriage, you still cannot be an heir to land because you are a monster based on the system, the legal system. But it says a prodigious birth. What is prodigious? Let us get into that real quick. So now you know what a human is, and you know a human is a monster. Let us go look at the meaning of prodigious or prodigious, pardon me. The pronunciation is
prodigious.
Prodigious, pardon me. What does it say it means? It says enormous, huge. Okay, enormous, huge, immense, vast, great. Okay, great. So it means great. So let's go back here and look at monster and put that in context. What does it say now? A great birth, a human birth or offspring not having the shape of mankind. Mankind is not man, and mankind is not pale-skinned people as everybody wanted to. In essence, it boiled down to that in terms of degeneration. Okay, but metaphysically speaking, mankind is anybody or any individual who is not gebar, meaning that you are not righteous or you're upright. Because man is supposed to be upright. Man should always be righteous. Man should always be righteous. Okay? If you are not righteous, you are mankind. So going around calling yourself man and you are not righteous, you are not a man. You are mankind. And we are talking about spiritually. We are talking about metaphysically. learn the difference. Okay? Y'all better realize what's going on, man. Y'all better realize what's going on. Why so-called black people are going through what they're going through. Okay? Now, remember I told y'all all these things are political. They are political. Let's go break this down. No trend, trend zone. Okay? A fake European, yes, is a mankind. But guess what? A fake man of the Americas is mankind as well. You see, we have to stop looking at these things from a color perspective. I just broke it down to you. Okay? The European, when we speak of European, the question remains is trend zone. Which European are you talking about? Are you talking about the colored people of Europe, or are you talking about the pale-skinned people of Europe? Because it were the colored people of Europe that came here in 1492. They were the ones who came here and took land. They were the ones who came here and raped our women. That was one of the raptures. The rapture already occurred because the word rape came from rapture, or the word rapture came from rape. It's the same word. So we have seen the rapture here in the Americas by these black devils that came from Europe. So we have to be very mindful when we start speaking. We have to be specific. Okay? Or else you're just putting everybody in one category. And that is incorrect. You feel me? So, with that being said, what we're going to look at now, we're going to look at political. Because all these things are political and religious. Political and religious. Here we are. Political. What does it say? 1550s. Of pertaining to polity, civil affairs, or government. So, polity means you have two poles, left or right. So that's what it means. So all these different systems, they are political systems. They are all political systems talking about citizens of a state. Okay? So therefore, Moor, Israelite, American Indian, all these are citizens of a state. It is really that simple. Okay? The only entity that's above all of this is man. Man. All right? Period. Point blank. You feel me? But I'm going to conclude on a couple of things. We're going to talk about the caste system. And I'm just going to browse through it real quick. All right? Browse through it. So we're going to talk about caste systems. And then I'm going to conclude here, and then I'm going to summarize. All right? The caste system. 7 examples of caste systems. 7 examples. Here we are. We have the Indians of India, the Vamas Indian. We have the Tamil caste of Sri Lanka. We have the Somali of Samoa. We have the Moorish of North Africa. We have the Tuareg, Inadin of North Africa, and we have the Edo system of Japan. All those are examples of caste systems. Caste systems. All right? They are caste systems. What is a caste system? Caste systems are forms of social stratification that separate groups of people based on their ancestry. Okay? Now, is there anything wrong with that? No. Like I said, there's nothing wrong in a man identifying as Choctaw, as Creek, as Blackfoot, as Cherokee. There's nothing, but that's the man identifying as that. But the man is not that. So anytime you say that's what you are, whatever treaty or rule that's allocated pretty much, or that's connected with that certain group, if you fall under that. Why is all this important? Because when we go around calling ourselves Cherokee and all these different things, there's nothing wrong with that. But do we know the treaties that was in place to deal with the Cherokees? Do we know the treaties that was in place to deal with the Choctaws as pertains when it comes to the U.S. government? You see what I'm saying? Those treaties were ratified. How do we know what was in the original? You see, we don't know. So we are subjected to those treaties. But guess what's higher than that treaty? Man. Man is not subjected to any man or any religious or political system. My brothers and sisters, I'm teaching you how to be free. I'm taking you back to the gods. You cannot do it as a Moor. You cannot do it as an Israelite. You cannot do it as an American Indian. Those are caste systems. Caste systems were created by man. So basically, you're putting yourself solely, okay, and identifying as a creation of man, mankind. Moor is mankind. American Indian is mankind. Choctaw is mankind. Cherokee is mankind. If there's anything wrong with that, no. For political and religious purposes, no, there's nothing wrong with that. As long as it doesn't bring any harm to the man. You could call yourself a monkey if you want. You could call yourself a giraffe. Hey, you know what? I'm a giraffe. As long as me calling myself a giraffe does not bring harm to me, the man, I could be anything I want to be. I hope y'all getting this. Okay, so those are caste systems. All right. So we're going to stop here and we're going to summarize. We're going to summarize what we went through. Okay. So once again, man. Remember, all there is man. Okay. All there is man. And man, we have male man and we have female man. Okay. We have male man and we have female man. Now, when it comes to the legal system in this country or any country, all right, you have judges, you have police officers, you have attorneys, all these people, all these different titles. Guess what? They are just titles. They are just titles. They are not higher than man. My brothers and sisters, I'm showing you, you want to know how to be untouchable. You want to know how to be untouchable. Man. But you have to be in honor. You have to be gebar, uprightness, righteousness. Because anytime you claim to be a man, whether it may be male man or female man, and that's not who you are in your heart, then guess what? You cannot fool nobody else. The universe is going to smack the hell out of you. You see, we cannot trick the universe. You see, you cannot trick the truth. The truth is the truth. You feel me? And when it's all said and done, you have to meet this, which I've already done the video. You have to meet the God of karma. All right. And guess who is the judge of karma? Guess who the judge is? The judge is actually you. Because you'll be facing yourself, asking yourself these questions, and you cannot lie to you cannot lie to your true self. You could only lie to your mankind, the fake you. So nobody could escape this. And guess what? It's no Sky Daddy doing none of that. It's you. It's you. Why do you think it doesn't matter what type of money any man or woman has, and on their deathbed, they will give it up just to have one more day to change everything? Because let me tell y'all something. You want to know if you have truly lived your life righteously? On your deathbed, if you have no regrets. No regrets or wanting to change anything, then you know exactly where you're going. Exactly where you're going. Okay? So we're going to break some things down a little further, and then I'm going to conclude this build. All right? So let us go look at the hierarchy right here. Okay? Here we go. So here we have a pyramid. We have a pyramid, and then we have a little space in between the pyramid, and we're going to come down, and we have the pyramid here. Boom. Can anybody tell me what's or who is at the top of the pyramid? Post it in the chat, please. Can anybody tell me what or who is at the top of the pyramid? Can anybody tell me? Post it in the chat. Anybody? No, this is not about being wrong or right. You know, just post what you know. Okay, Chieftainess Tia said, a righteous man. Anybody else? Man. Chief Blackbird White Tip said man. Anybody else? Okay, so I'll tell you. Okay, man, man, I am, I am, I am. Okay, well, yes and no, right? The closest was Chieftainess Tia as in righteous man. Okay, but I'll break it down to you. At the top of that pyramid is God. All right, God equals righteous man. All right, righteous man. Because God is man in the flesh and man is God in the spirit. So man and God is the same. I'm not talking about what you think man is. I just broke down to you what man is. Man is male and female in one body. And the righteous aspect of that man is God. Okay, so therefore God is, all right. So therefore God is at the top of the pyramid. Guess who's next? Man. Man is next. And then I put a space in between man and we have judges. Judges. Okay? Who are the judges? Judges equals the jury. All right? And then below that, we have administrators. Administrators. All right? We have the police. We have politicians. We have lawyers. We have lawyers, and below here, okay, we have lawyers. We have all of that, okay, and below that we have certain people with certain rights, right? So people with rights, or with certain privileges, put it that higher privileges, right? And then below here is literally the whoever they treat the way they want to, right? You ain't got no rights, you ain't got none of that. Okay, that is the lowest of the low. Okay, lowest of the low. Guess where black people are? At the bottom, the lowest of the low, because black means dead and low. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, yes, man equals masculine and feminine energy. So I'm a male man. What they call woman is actually a female man, but we all came from the womb of man. You feel me? Mother is not feminine or masculine. Mother is masculine and feminine. Mother is the original man. I'm teaching y'all some things. Go read my book. Now check this out, right? Because everything and everyone came from mother. Okay? But mother is not what you think it is. All right? So therefore, you have God equals righteous man, and then you have man. It is still righteous man, but God in the highest form. Okay, not in the flesh is also man. Okay, but then you have man. I'm talking about now. We're talking about the physical realm. We're talking about right here. We're talking about the three-dimensional, the 3D. Okay, so the 3D is where man is at, and below that we have the 2D. Okay. So we have the jury, all right, is the jury or the judges is what's between man and the administrators, and from the administrators go down is the 2D. I'm going to break all that down for y'all. I'm going to break this all down to you. Okay, now check this out. Let me show you how to be in a position where these people in the 2D world cannot touch you because they are not supposed to touch man. A man does not belong in a court, in a 2D court. So let me explain this to you. So the highest authority is God, the unseen. But God is also man, that is unseen. Okay? And then in the 3D realm, you have man. Man is the highest authority in the 3D realm. But however, in order to keep balance and maintain peace among the people, we have judges, and the judges is the jury. What this system is not telling you is that what they call the judges, they are not judges. they are administrators. The jury is actually the judge. Because whatever decision that the jury makes, the judge cannot overturn it. Oh my goodness, Chief, I'm not sure if they're ready for this. Chief, let me drink some coconut water, boy. Woo! Mm. Drink some coconut water, Chief. Ah, man, I'm going to put you onto some game. Let me show you how they could abuse you in the system and you don't know why you're getting abused. You don't know why you're always losing in court. Ah, check this out. All right. So the highest authority is man. So therefore, man created all these other administrative positions, police, whatever they call the judges. They're not the judges. Okay, that is not a judge. The jury is supposed to be the judge. But what you call judges today, they're actually administrators. They are administrators. They are managers. They are the highest managers in a court venue, in a court building. The building is not the court. The people is the court. Okay, the people are the court. However, they hold court in a venue, in a building. For instance, 1024, Parkside Avenue. We are going to meet there so we could have court because the people are the court. Okay, so with that being said, administrators and all of these lawyers, politicians, all of this, they operate in a 2D realm. Okay, in a 2D realm. You feel me? So the 3D dimension, or where man exists, the 2D realm is not supposed to control the 3D realm because why? Man has dominion over all creations. So let me ask you a question. Who created the Constitution? Man. Who created the Bill of Rights? Man. Who created the codes, the statutes and codes? Man. So how can the codes have authority over man? Something that's in a 2D dimension, a thing that does not have life. Everything in the 2D dimension is there. And black people are in the 2D dimension, my brothers and sisters. Black people are in the 2D dimension. So therefore, you are being controlled by the policies of the 2D dimension. Paper. Oh, well, this is what the code say. What you mean this is who the code say? Can the code speak? Can the code speak? Can a code speak? Go get that code and let it come before the court, press the record, and tell me I broke the code. You see, a man wrote that code. And no man has a right to tell another man what to do. Period. Okay? But a man could tell a thing what to do. Or a man could put a thing in motion. So you see the hierarchy right here. God, man, judges. Anytime you go to a court and they don't have a jury, this is not the court of the people. It is all administrative in terms of people that's dealing in a 2D dimension. And then the person sitting there talking about, oh, well, I'm the judge. No, you're not a judge. And therefore, in that realm, okay, the only people that could be judged, I'll let you know that in a minute. But regardless of whatever it is, nobody could judge a man but God. You see what I'm saying? That jury is only there for remedies. Only there for remedies. That's it. Let's work it out. What can we do? All right? So you see the hierarchy. Lawyers, police officers, all these people deal in a 2D dimension. So why are they controlling you, the man? The reason why they're able to do that is because you're no longer a man. Okay? That's the only solution. All right? So check this out. We're almost done, but I got to break a couple more things down to you. Got to break it down to you. All right? Now, once again, what do we have? Man. Man. Right? A man can be a police officer. All right? A man can be a police officer. A man can be a lawyer. A man can be an administrator, as in a so-called judge, whatever the case is, administrator, right? A man can be a judge in this system, all right? But let me ask you a question, all right? Was a man born a police officer? Can anybody answer that question to me, please? Can anybody answer this question? Was a man born a police officer? Was a man born a lawyer? Was a man born an administrator? Was a man born a judge? No. You see? So therefore, the police officer is not a man. The lawyer is not a man. The so-called judge is not a man. They are working in the capacity of a police officer, a lawyer, or an administrator. They are operating in the capacity of. So how can a police officer tell a man that has dominion over everything what to do? My brothers and sisters, man, I'm here to give y'all the knowledge, man. They cannot tell you what to do. But how can they trick you though? Let me show you how they could trick you. Okay? Let me show you how they trick you into having jurisdiction over the man. It's very simple for those of you who don't know. Okay? It is very simple for those of you who don't know. All right, check this out. We have John Doe. We have John. We have John Doe, Jane Doe, and Jane Doe. All right? John Doe is male man. John Doe is male man, and Jane Doe is female man. So they're both men. All right? The police officer cannot tell any one of them what to do. However, this is what happened. The system that's playing God, they created a whole new creation. So now John Doe, as in upper and lower case, man, just man, period, man. Okay, we're not going to do upper and lower case. We're not going to play these games. Man. Okay, so mother and father give birth to man, male or female. All right? We're not going to go, oh, alive, baby, and live. No, if a man is alive. Okay, a man is living. So therefore, how did they trick you? The government came and said, you know what? We are going to create a new man. We're going to create mankind. So what did they do? They created John, as in all caps, Doe, and they created Jane, as in all caps, Doe. Okay, that is not man. That's mankind. Okay, I don't care what you look like. I don't care the complexion of your skin. That's like you're telling of those of you who want to focus on the complexion and color of skin. Trust me, you ain't going nowhere. You don't know truth. You think you know truth. You're not woke. You may be woke, but you're not walking. You're still in bed. I'm teaching you how to walk to the point where I'm going to teach you how to run. All right? So check this out. Jane Doe and John Doe, the man, male man and female man, has the utmost authority. Okay? But the government stepped in, which is a de facto God, not a de jure God, but a de facto God, and say, I'm going to create a new man in my own likeness and image, because the government only exists on paper. So we're going to create a man that exists on paper in my likeness and image. And we're going to take this John Doe and Jane Doe, as in Genesis chapter 1, Gabar was created, man, upright, righteous. And in Genesis chapter 2, mankind was created, the kind of man. The same thing that the government did. It had nothing to do with the color of skin. Although there were different variations of complexions. But now, the government created their own man, which is a mankind. And as you could see, that all mankind is in all capital letters on your birth certificate and all your IDs. So here we have John Doe, the man, and Jane Doe, the female man, okay, thinking that they are John Doe, the female and male and female man that was created by the government in the 2D dimension, in the 2D world. The mother gave birth to man and woman in the 3D dimension. The government said, nah, man, that's where the power really lies. That's where the power really lies. So you know what we're going to do? We are going to create our own man in a 2D dimension on paper. Okay, meaning that it's dead. On paper, I put page, but anyway, on paper, a dead entity on paper. Okay? And that's what they have control over. So therefore now, when we go into the hierarchy of the pyramid, now you have the administrators. Now they could administer John Doe and Jane Doe, mankind, but they cannot administer Jane Doe and John Doe in the 3D dimension, because that's the man and that's the woman. So when you go to these courts, that's why they have to ask you, what is your name? What is the receipt of your name? You have to present your name and show ID. Where did that ID come from? The ID came from the birth certificate. Now, I've done videos on this before. Okay? If a police pull you over and said, hey, let me see your ID, and you give him your birth certificate. I mean, I'm using the dollar bill, but anyway. And you said, here, the police officer is going to look like you. This is a piece of paper. What are you talking about? That's not you. I don't know who that belonged to. So let me ask you a question. How can an ID that came from something that's not an ID be an ID? That alone is fraud. You see what I'm saying? So they have to get you to admit that you are mankind for them to administer you, for them to control you, to put you in their jurisdiction. When you are man, you are not in the jurisdiction. When you are mankind, you are in the jurisdiction. So they have to ask you, what's your name? The moment you say John Doe, they're going to assume mankind. But if you let them know I'm man known as John, you are establishing that I'm not in your jurisdiction. I'm not your created, whatever you created on paper in the 2D dimension. That's not me. Therefore, you have no authority to administer the man. That's how they trick you. So that's why literally the majority of our people that go into court, they end up in jail or paying a fine. They are charged. Because as a man, you have lost your charge. You see what I'm saying? You lost your charge as a man when you claim to be mankind. You no longer have your solar plex, that soul in you is no longer on fire. So they have to charge you up. Okay? So now you see how and why we are in the situation that we are in. And you have all your so-called scholars playing these games with y'all. You feel me? And that's what's happening to people. I don't care what color you look like. I don't care where you think you're from. Let me tell you something. If you are mankind, then you're being controlled by these people. It is really that simple. Okay, so I hope all of this makes sense to you. We're going to recap and we're going to conclude. We started off, first off, talking about all the different labels that was created by man, whether it's American Indian, and then we have in American Indian, we have all these different names, Choctaw, Cherokee, Blackfeet. I mean, we could, Powhatan, I mean, we could go on and on. We could go on and on, right? And then we have Moors, Israelites, all those things is cool, religiously and politically. All right? But all these things were created by man. That is not the man. Okay? It's a man acting in the capacity of a Moor. It's a man acting in the capacity of an American Indian. The American Indian is not the man, but the man can be an American Indian if he so chooses. Because all these are creations of man. Man is absolute. Okay, so therefore, if man is absolute, man has the absolute power. And my sisters, don't feel discriminated, because when I say man, I'm talking about male man and I'm talking about female man. There's no distinction. The only distinction here is either you're male or you're female, but you're still man. Okay, that's the only distinction. You did. So this is the absolute power in this 3D dimension. 3D dimension. Okay, that is the only power. You did. But they brought us down on another level into a 2D world. And that 2D world is where the fiction exists. Okay, it's another matter. Okay, where you think you are living a real simulation of life. No, you are not. You are being controlled. Everything that you see on television is part of the 2D realm. They got you messed up with Kanye West and what's his name? Cat Williams and TD Jakes. All that's part of the 2D realm. Okay, they don't want you to step into the 3D and into the 3D to be a man to control things. No, they want you to be controlled, so they have to keep giving you the distractions. It's all distractions, and y'all spend so much energy on these things. It's not even fun. But yet still you're operating as mankind, a creature, a beast. And once again, it has nothing to do with the color of skin. You're being dealt under the color, or you're being governed under the color of law. They cannot govern man under the color of law, because man is law. You dig? So pay attention to these things, man. So we talk about all the different creations, the caste systems that were created. You feel me? And don't let anybody put you in a box and say, this is who you are. Because they know exactly what you're doing. They're setting you up to be controlled. Always maintain your position as a man or a woman, acting in the capacity of. You feel me? So here's another thing. You did. And check this out. In the 2D dimension, anything in the 2D dimension cannot, I repeat, cannot, which is two separate words, right? Cannot sue a man. Okay? So how can the state of California or the state of New York sue a man? No, they can't. They could only sue mankind. John Doe, okay, as in the all caps, and Jane as in the all caps. Okay, they cannot sue man, but they could sue mankind, their creation, because it only exists on paper. Okay, that's why the man does not and cannot belong in their courts when they're doing their administrative process as in the 2D dimension. No, only this could appear. Okay, this could appear. When a man walks in, that administrator has no power, because the administrator only exists in the 2D dimension, in the second dimension. The man is walking in as the highest authority in this third dimension, and therefore anybody that's operating in the 2D is beneath that man. The man is the true power, absolute power. You dig? So I'm just opening up your mind to show you how they're able to abuse you and pull you into their world. To pull you into their world. Because you are not a man. You're not a woman. You are a creation that you think that you are. And that is the problem. All right? So once again, I appreciate y'all for being on this build. And just to let you know, in conclusion, since we have gone through the summary, in conclusion is that there is no higher authority than man in this 3D dimension. No matter what is created by religious organizations and political organizations, guess what? They cannot govern you and abuse you. Now, once again, there's nothing wrong with governments, but governments should not or cannot, let me not put should not, governments cannot hurt a man. Governments cannot hurt a man. And governments cannot take away the rights of a man. However, if you claim what they made you in the second dimension, they have every right to control you. And if you go up against them, then you are in dishonor. And when you are in dishonor, you go to jail, they lock you up. Okay? It is really that simple. So yes, it's cool. We're American Indians. There's nothing wrong with that. Like I told y'all before, we are never going to give that up. That is our political and religious standing. Okay? But man, whether it be male man or female man, has the highest standing, even over American Indians, even over Aboriginals, even over Origines. I don't care what you call it. It's man. All right? So do me a favor, share the information. Hey, do what you will with it. You know what I mean? I'm only here to give you the truth. One of the next videos that I'm going to do is because we are literally setting up the foundation on the principles of a nation of man and women. That's what we are doing. I'm doing, like I said, I'm doing something. The ancestors brought me here to do something different. And that's what I'm doing. So one of the next few lives that I, well, not few, but one of the next set of lives that I'll do, it would be about nation building and open up the gates, you know, to those of you who are ready to step into something that's built for man and woman. And I'm going to extend an invitation to y'all because, like I said, it's time. All right. And I'm only here to deal with Gebar, the righteous man, the upright man. That's it. I'm not here to deal with mankind, and it has nothing to do with color. Period, point blank. Okay? So thank you for being a part of this build. I really appreciate and love y'all for real, for real, for real. Don't forget to go in the description of this video, the link of this video, and go on the website myniji.com and get the books. And don't forget to get the clothing as well. All right? So I hope you know how to differentiate the man from the man from the creation. The man from the creation. That's why you see in Genesis chapter 1, man was created. And in Genesis chapter 2, a man was created to give orders, to till the ground, to go work. Okay? That was the first 2D dimensional creature that was created. It had nothing to do with color. You see, y'all just so twisted and y'all so brainwashed, y'all don't even know what's going on. You dig? That was the first institution of the first 2D realm man that was created, where a God was telling him what to do. Nobody could tell a man what to do, not even a God, because man is God in the spiritual realm. And God is man in the flesh. You feel me? So we are supposed to be self-governed, but we are supposed to be self-governed, all right? Self-governed. First, you have to learn to govern yourself. And then as the self-governed, we could come together and create a community. We could create a community of self-governed man and woman, or male man and female man, whichever way you want to look at it. Because since y'all know woman as woman, I'll leave it as that. But it's male man and female man. So you could either be self-governed, all right, but as a unit, as a community, we are stronger together as individuals. But there's nothing wrong in creating a community of self-governed men and women. And now we create our laws, we create our bylaws, okay, we create our code of ethics as man and woman, as in, okay, upright, righteousness, man and woman. And that's what I have created. That's the foundation that the ancestors have given me to put together so that the self-governed, righteous man and woman can come together, okay, and have the absolute power over the 2D dimensional realm. You see, it's already written in the spiritual realm. I know my purpose. I know why I was sent. I know why I was chosen. And what we're building and what we're creating is going to be I'm telling you, the most absolute and efficient form of government that's ever going to be created on this land. Yes, people may not see the vision, but trust me, it's already set in stone. It's already done. All right, so I'll be inviting a lot of y'all to send an invitation to that. So with that being said, man, I'm gonna say it again. I love you, and I truly do love you. I do, for real, because And it's all right if you don't get it now. It's okay if you don't comprehend what I'm talking about now. It's all right. It's okay. Maybe it's not time for you to get it. All right? Maybe it's not time for you to get it, but eventually, you see where we are at right now, we in the cusp, or we are at the cusp of what we call the golden age. We're stepping into a golden age where everything will be in abundance again. But what the people in the 2D dimension are trying to do, or they're making an attempt to do, is bring us back into the dark ages. But we're not, that's not going to happen. You know, I mean, they're fighting a losing battle. All right. So we are stepping into a realm of reality or an age where everybody will have things in abundance, where all your debts will be forgiven. All right. So don't threat. You see, life is for the living. Life is not for the dead. I showed you where dead people are on that hierarchy. Okay. And black people are at the bottom of that hierarchy. They are the dead of the dead. They're not even the walking dead. They are the coma dead. Now, like I said, get your emotions out of it. I'm just giving you the facts. But I'm here to do exactly what Jesus, exactly what Yeshua, exactly what they did. I came here to give life to the dead. See, y'all didn't know what that means, huh? That's what Christ came to do. You watching Christ in the flesh. Y'all see, y'all don't even know that. This one is activated. You did. So I'm here to do greater things than he did because he went to meet the Father. No, I'm here. And I took over. All right? So we got work to do. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, man. All right. So once again, man, thank you. Lineage, I really, really thank you. Thank you for being a part of this build. Enjoy your 24. And we, like I said, we got work to do. We're putting some things together. So I will, definitely come do videos and let y'all know what's going on. So we could take this where it needs to go. All right. So with that being said, may the righteous ancestors, continue to guide you and uplift you and open up your mind, okay, into the universal mind so you could truly see the truth. The truth is real. And the only thing that exists is truth. Everything else is an illusion. But truth is absolute. And when you're living in truth, then you are, like I said, you are the righteous man. You are the righteous woman. All right. And that's all we have to aspire to be our absolute true self. Okay. And some people came here just to be mankind. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's your calling. Okay. But I was sent to uplift, okay, man, and bring man back to his proper absolute standing. And there are many others out there that's doing the same thing that I do. All right. I just have a certain way of teaching things the way it was given to me so that I'm able to articulate it, not in parables because those days are gone. So like I said, I'm here to continue the work of Yeshua and what some people may call Jesus. It doesn't matter. It's all allegory. But don't focus on the message. Don't focus on the messenger, focus on the message. So my question to you is, did you get the message? Peace out.